Hello and welcome to Fibertown. This is episode 100. It's the 26th of February, 2015. My name is Emily. I'm Chain of Fools on Ravelry and Fibertown with an RE on Instagram. This is Alice. She's joining us today for a little while at least. And welcome to episode 100. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Lots of things to do today, including some giveaways. First, I want to say hello to Shazky, who is Charmaine from North Kentucky, and she knits, and I can't remember if she said she's a spinner, but she said that she likes to watch me while she walks on her treadmill, and I'm tickled. Yay! Thanks for watching, Charmaine, and thanks for saying hello. We have a giveaway. Let's do our first giveaway today. Let's see. It is the giveaway for 2 classes to the History Unwound retreat, which I will be attending in March. I cannot wait. And that's in Williamsburg, Virginia. And we have 2 people, 2 winners. So the first one is Westerly Whimsies. Congratulations. Contact me and I'll tell you who to contact. And the second winner is Fads. Congratulations to both of you. I will be there. Come and say hello. It should be a ton of fun. So, yay! So we're going to do more giveaways at the end. We're going to open up more giveaways at the end of the show today. So we have that. We have FOs, Works in Progress, Spinning, Acquisitions, Ask Fibertown, and then, as I said, the giveaways. So, first business. February is almost over. However, you may or may not have entered your FOs for the month in our thread. This month's FO of choice is socks. You can enter anything, but if you knit socks and finish the pair, then enter them twice. If it is one of my sock patterns, get a 3rd entry. And that's to win a pattern of up to $7 on Ravelry. So next week we should be doing a lot of giveaways. Okay, finished objects. I finished a baby hat in a day. On my way to Virginia Beach this past weekend, I went to the Virginia Beach yarn getaway, my first retreat ever, and it was super duper fun. So let's see, I have a picture of it because I gave the picture to the recipient pretty much right away. It's a terrible picture I took on my lap in the car, but it's the garter flap hat from Pearl Soho, and it's out of white cashmere lace weight. I held it quadruple. And it's super squishy, and it's a gift for Emily, who Fancy Pants, who is having a baby, a little girl. So, yeah, so that's one FO. And while I was at the retreat, I cast on a barn raising square. Now, my little piece of advice is don't cast on when you get to the retreat. It was not my plan. It just ended up that way, and I had to do it because I had to finish that baby hat. But I managed to get the pinhole cast on eventually, where I was like, don't talk to me, I'm doing this, and then count and do the first few rounds. And it's in my little Namaste Notions pouch that I got in my Barn Raising Square swap from Knit Ricks, thank you. And I knit a square out of Lemonade Shop. I think this is like Stormy Rainbow or Rainbow Stripes. How fun is that? So this will always be in the memory of my first retreat, the Virginia Beach Yarn Getaway. Highly recommend. If you guys, there were people that were local and there were people who came from quite far away. There was somebody from LA. So, and there were people from like Nashville and Tennessee, and I'll talk more about it through the episode today. But this is my 6th barn raising square. Yeah, got a ways to go. It's all right. This is probably one of the faster ones I knit. Not in a rush to finish that. Not at all. Okay, my other... is that it for FOs? No, it's not. Completely forgot. I'm wearing an FO. This is my Enchanted Mesa. It is knit out of my Jacob hand spun. And I'm going to hopefully not show off my sweatpants too much here. But there it is. I wish I could stand back. I get on my knees on the couch, but I've got a skinned knee because I just keep hurting myself. But this pattern, I love. It's very light. It's woolen spun, so the sweater itself is super light to wear. It's not too hot, and I got a lot of use out of it this weekend. I'm in love. Modifications. I did not do a cowl neck, and I do have to occasionally tug on this to get it to lay the right way, but I'll take it. I didn't make as many swoops as are in the pattern, and you know, my gauge was quite different, but I just tried it on as I went to see if it was going to fit, and it worked out. It fits great. This one was from a Jacob sheep named Meredy. There was a shepherd's name, but there wasn't a farm name. It was somewhere in Pennsylvania. So it's full of the 3 colors from Meredy's fleece. It was a 2.5 pound fleece. I flicked open the roving, the locks. I drum carded them, and then I dizzed them off of the carder into roving and spun it up 2-ply. And I'm in love. I love this sweater. It looked good on everyone who tried it on. Other mods where I modified the underarms to be pretty much symmetrical, and they were not symmetrical in the Stephen West pattern as written. So there was a cowl, there was an there was a super dropped sleeve on this side. And I could probably totally do this off the shoulder if I wanted. Feel like I'm still learning how to wear it. But yeah, I really love it. I really love it. And it's very like bold and graphic with these contrasting colors. So I have the white, the mixed, you can see the mixed better right here, and then the dark, which looks black, but it's a chocolate brown. Definitely a chocolate brown. And I really get satisfaction out of knowing exactly where my clothes have come from beginning to end. And I find myself wanting to rid my closet of things that are not made like that. It would require me to become a seamstress, really. Maybe I need to work on that if I'm sort of feeling like that's what I need to commit myself to. I don't know, but this makes me very happy, and I want to see more things like this in my wardrobe. It's not that I don't have hand-knit sweaters, but, you know, I don't know where that Peruvian wool comes from. Peru? I know, that's not very specific. So, I don't know. This is just another level of, what's the word? Totally, deeply handcrafted, deeply, I don't know, you're very connected to where your clothing came from. And I think that can be as, maybe not as immediate or as a frequent thing as where your food comes from, but it's really the same concept. So, ramble done. Okay, so those are my FOs. My works in progress. I have my rainbow socks. I finished one this weekend. This is Wandering Wool, and she has a cake. This is her rainbow gradient, and I pretty much love this. I did this is the tallest, I think this might be the tallest leg I've ever done. So yeah, red, orange, and then I did my regular heel flap, my regular riverbed gusset. One of these days I'm going to do that double gusset by Christy Brockway? Shoot. Turtle somebody. She did the Breaking Heart socks. She has a new pattern with a different gusset. And then we sort of stripe into blue, and then I got a little bit of purple on the end. So there's definitely enough in Wandering Wool's cakes like this to make like a man's sock, because I did not use all of it. So I have cast on for the second one, and look how far I am. I would love to have this done by the end of the month, which is it's the day after tomorrow is the last day of the month. I don't think it's going to happen, but I could sort of kill myself and get like a crick in my neck and knit just on this like 24/7 and finish it, but what's the fun in that? The reason I want to finish it is that Suburban Stitcher is having a rainbow along, and it ends on the last day of the month. But still, I'll get rainbow socks when I finally do finish it, and that is all the prize I need. So I'm going to have to fight some family members for these, though, because my little guy put these on. He's like, oh, I could totally use these. I'm like, they're a little long on you. He's like, no, no, no. And he went through this whole spiel about how cold his legs get at night and how these go up over his knees. So, no, they're mine. So the only other work in progress is my sock yarn blanket. So let me show you that. I want to cast some more things on, but I want to finish those socks. And I don't know what I want to cast on. I tried on so many things at the Getaway. They had sort of a try-it-on room situation, and I have a lot of new patterns that I wrote down that I'd like to try, but I found myself wanting to maybe do some more fleece processing rather than knit another sweater right now. And really specifically yogurt's fleece. That's the one I really want to work on. So there's a lot of it. Okay. Shoot. I hope she's not. Ah! Hang on. I'm back. I'm not alone today. I have people at home. It's been a snow day. All school has been canceled. Everyone is home. So someone got locked out of the house. So I had to, oh, hi. I had to answer the door. There's Alice again. So she learned a new trick. Just since she's here, I'll tell you about it. The girls at Fiber Camp taught her how to twirl. You remember how to twirl? Do you want to do it for the camera? You need to sit. Sit down. Sit. All right. Ready? Twirl. No. Twirl. There you go. Good girl. So smart. Am I right? I'll give you a treat later. Yes, I will. I will. All right, Alice, we're going to show the sock yarn blanket. You ready? We'll show it together. It's jingling. Okay. What did I finish this week? Well, it's been more like 2 weeks. Finished a lot of squares. I finished this one, which is Miss Babs and Dragonfly Scraps from my friend Leanne. Then I finished this one. Gosh, I can't remember where this one came from, but I've got Vintage Rose bells on it. This one is an old scrap that's woolen silk. I crocheted some things out of this colorway. Then we have, I think this was from Seashore Sharon. This is really like a sport weight, whatever it is. Really pretty colors. This is Dragonfly Fibers, Villainous. No, Villainous. I don't know what this is. This is some of my Cormo that I used on my Ictarine that I then threw scraps in the dye pot. Came out really weird. Pond scummy kind of look. And yeah, that's it. I have this spot right here, from here to there. No, sorry. From there, cannot think. Sorry, nope. Anyway, I have a spot right here for a bigger square, like that one. See that one right there? And that is going to be from my swap partner. This is going to go in there. This is Regia Design Line Summer Fruit, 19 grams. I sent out my swap partner's package yesterday and should be getting to her tomorrow, the next day. I hope it's not late. All right, so it's coming along. So pretty, so much fun to work on. And now it jingles. So that's it for works in progress. I don't know what I'm going to be casting on or doing next. We'll see. So that brings us to, what does it bring us to? Spinning. I have some spindle spinning that I worked on this weekend. Took my wheel with me, and I'm not going to be doing that at retreats anymore. It was no big deal. I packed it up and it went in my car. But, oh, sorry. I got some wool up my nose. It didn't really get used other than to stage a picture. So what did I do? I cast on, well, I didn't cast on. I put some new poonies on my Turkish spindle. These are Gourmet Stash Spinner's Hill. That was the Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway last year. So they are gorgeous. They have blips of sari silk, which is one of my favorite things. Looks like that. And the other one is on my Russian. It's very almost time for St. Patrick's Day. This is Guinness is Good For You, or something like that. Guinness inspired Cooney colorway. So yeah, I did a little spinning. That was fun. But yeah, it's going to be spindles all the way for retreats. That's it for spinning. I do have a little bit of something on my wheel, but I'll show you that in acquisitions. So let's go right into acquisitions. This is from the Copper Corgi. These are totally my colors. This is an alpaca silk blend. I've never spun just alpaca and silk, I don't think. And colorway, it doesn't have a colorway name, but it's bronze and green and teal and purple and smoky gray, and it's dyed. The base is, I think that's probably the natural color of the base, so you get this really cool depth of color. So that I started on my wheel, and that's what I'll be spinning next. Other acquisitions. There was a very special colorway just for this retreat that was dyed by Western Sky Knits, and I got a skein. I got the DK, and this is called Getaway Gorgeous by Western Sky Knits. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's an MCN. Is it? Yes. Merino Cashmere Nylon, DK. I don't know what this will be, but I had to have one. So let's see, this is an 80-10-10, 250 yards. And the Getaway was very closely run with the Yarn Club, which is a yarn store in Virginia Beach, a really good yarn store. It's right off the main highway. So I picked up a few things. I picked up a unicorn tail from Madelinetosh in glazed pecan, which is a colorway I've always wanted. And this will become squares of some sort. I love this colorway. It's not quite right on the screen. I got a unicorn tail for my swap partner too, in this colorway, which is tart. I have wanted some tart forever. And this is the TML, Tosh Merino Light, which is the fingering weight single. I don't usually do singles, but this will be some sort of accessory, not a sweater, and I think maybe something lacy. It's this vibrant red, dark blood red with like a black overwash of some sort. This is 400 and some yards. I think it'd be amazing in lace. We'll see. I also got another skein of Madelinetosh. I don't have a lot of Madelinetosh, and I covet it. This is the Tosh DK, and this is actually, this is the fig colorway. I bought this one with my, there we go, that's about right, with my menfolk in mind, because they're both knitting. And I would knit this for myself, but I thought they might like it too. So that, I bought one other thing, and that was a bag. A bag from Be Smiley, who is lovely. That's an understatement. I got to hang out a bit with her. So there she is, Be Smiley, maker of things. And she hosts the Carolina Fiber Frolics, and apparently does an amazing job at it. And I want to go someday. She is on Etsy as Be Smiley. I told her tagline should be, "You can be smiley too." She makes amazing bags. You all know my bird bag that I've had for a year or so that I won on the Carolina Fiber Girls podcast. I could not pass this one up. Tell me that is not adorable. Chickadees, Charlie Harper fabric. This is like designer weight fabric. This is sort of a chenille fabric bottom. It's super sturdy. It's got a pocket inside, right there, and the lining it's just lovely. It's amazing, and I love the shape of it. I love the fabric colors. I love that red zipper, and I know for a fact that her bags are extremely well made. So this could be a spindle bag, or it could be just a small project, but I love it. I love it, and I had to have it. So I bought it. A few other things we got. We were given stitch markers. Oh, I forgot there was a little mini skein from Wandering Wool, which I left over there. There was a skein from Copper Corgi. I also got to hang out with her a bit. That's Sarah. And Copper Corgi is a dyer out of Savannah, Georgia. Really, really beautiful fibers. And she has this new base. It's called Jones Street. She has a sport and a worsted, I think. And it's superwash merino, alpaca, and silk. And it's a base that she has had milled specifically for her. And just gorgeous. She had a trunk show going on at the Yarn Club, and there's some colorways there I really want. So you might be seeing more from her on this podcast in the future. So it was a very low-key getaway retreat. There was a lot of sort of knitting and looking at the ocean. We're right oceanfront, and there was snow on the beach, and I don't think I'd ever seen that. We missed a big snowstorm at home, and which is no big deal because we came back, we had more today. Yeah. I think we're ready. I think we're ready for warmer temperatures and unfrozen ground. And green. Some green would be good. So that's it for acquisitions. All right. Let's see what time it is. Okay, Ask Fiber Town. Let's see. This is question number 43. It was Carly who asked this question. Hang on. It has to do with what I like to do other than knitting. What are my hobbies other than knitting and spinning? And I just want to make sure that I get this question right. Okay. So, Eve Amlizia. Okay, not really fiber related. What do you do when you aren't knitting, crocheting, spinning, etc.? Do you have any other hobbies outside of those? I'd like to say I'm extremely well-rounded. I do have other hobbies, but, honestly, that's my big thing. I do have other hobbies. In the past, I have been very, very, very much into cooking and baking. And since I've had children, and I have to make dinner every night, or, one of us has to make dinner every night, it's not as much fun as it used to be. I will not lie. But going through that has stood me in good stead. I mean, just being very into cooking and learning a lot about it. It's still skills I use all the time, and it's not like, my children won't eat a variety of food. They have a very good diet. They have a very varied diet. My daughter loves shellfish. My son loves all vegetables. They will try different things. But, it's just not as much fun when you have to do it. Okay, so I do love to cook. I do love to garden. I especially love to grow herbs and tomatoes. And, we have a multi-generational compound here. We do grow a lot of our own food in the summer. Corn, berries, cucumbers, carrots, lots and lots of tomatoes. Eggplant, peppers, green beans, radishes, beets, greens, broccoli. What am I missing? Blackberries. So, I do love to garden, although I really have ceded most of that to my father because that is his absolute passion, and he kind of goes crazy with it, and I don't want to be responsible for funding his madcap ideas. So I stick to the tomatoes and the herbs, and he does the crazy garden structures and tries 10 different varieties of whatever one year. But I reap the benefits also, so. But I like functional gardening. I like flowers too, but I'd rather someone else grow them. So cooking, gardening. I'm sounding like a homebody, aren't I? Yes, yes, yes. Cooking, gardening, knitting. I I do also love to binge watch TV shows, especially like historical dramas, BBC. I eat that stuff up. So yeah, I really love the Netflix. All sorts of other ways to watch shows that aren't necessarily legal, but mostly Netflix. And I think, those are my main hobbies. I've never been a partier. A little bit, but not really. Um, and who knows? I never thought I'd be this much into the fiber arts, and who knows how things wax and wane over a lifetime. But I think the knitting is here to stay. And what I really do love to do is learn new things. So whatever can get me that sort of high from learning new things is something I'm going to enjoy. Okay, hope that answered the question. Yep, I'm a homebody. All right, so giveaways. This is the 100th episode, and I can't believe I've done 100 of these. I hope I've gotten better. I know that I'm relaxed. It's just me talking to you all. Hello. Occasionally Alice is here. Alice? And I thank you for being here and just listening to me. And what I most thank you for is talking to me in the forums where we can do that. That is the best thing for me about doing this. I don't feel like it's really changed how I knit. Like, I know I was kind of worried, like I'd want to rush to finish things or always be doing something new, and it hasn't been like that for me. What I've gotten out of it is you all. And I'm really glad now with retreats that I can sometimes go to, that I can get to meet people in person and sit around and drink whiskey or beer with them, which happened quite a bit last weekend. So, all right, so the giveaway, we have a lot of giveaways, and I'm going to open 2 threads in the group. One of the threads is going to be, where did my list go? One of the threads is going to be for, hello, I have my, there they are. It's going to be for yarn giveaways. Okay, and the other thread will be for things like patterns and bags and miscellaneous. So, yarn giveaways. We have a skein of Regia. We have a rainbow sock yarn from A Riot of Color. We have, and then a skein of Wandering Wool. And I think it's a kind of a greenish tonal or variegated. And I'll have pictures of these things. I don't have pictures of everything yet, so I'm still contacting people for pictures. And then the other thread will have, and there may be another bit of yarn giveaway from me. The other thread will have pattern of your choice from my friend Corrine, who is an amazing dyer. And let me just show you. She's Gingy on Ravelry, Gingy. She has gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. There she is right there. Really beautiful patterns. So somebody will win one of her patterns. Then we have a project bag from the Naughty Knitter. We have hand knit ear warmers from Knits by Jamie. And then also in that thread will go a bag from Jan Smiley. What? This is a sweater size bag. It's a big bag. It's designer fabric, and I think the interior is organic cotton with a pocket. It's this gorgeous sort of herringbone twill, kind of, not herring, well, maybe that's herringbone. And there she is, Be Smiley on Etsy. And there's her doggie. I'm jealous. I love her bags. Somebody will win this one, as well as the other things listed in that thread. I don't have them physically, most of them, so that's why I'm waiting for pictures. So 2 threads, 2 win giveaways, and I'll put a prompt in there. So just go ahead and check out the Rav group, Fiber Town, with an RE, and it's Fiber Space Town. and see what there is that looks good to you. Please enter. You have to be a member of the group. Yada, yada, yada. I think that's it for now. I'm going to meet with my knitters tomorrow, my fiber campers. They have the day off school, and they wanted to meet up, and so we're going to drink tea and knit and buy yarn. So I'm very excited to see them again, and they're all wanting help and guidance, so it should be a lot of fun. Okay, you guys, this is episode 100. It's down. It's in the history books, and I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. And until next week, take care.